The first encounter and the best proof of Bigfoot's existence, a legendary monster spotted in Canada, and the strange mystery of Deloy's ape, of which only a photograph remains. In this episode, I'll show you these and other mystical and mythical creatures that people were lucky enough to capture on camera. Let's go. I'm sure many of you have heard about Bigfoot a lot of times, but you've never seen a single picture or a video clip of it doing anything. So there was no sense to believe in such interesting yet mystical creatures. I, just like you, didn't believe in them until now. Here's one of the most famous proofs of Bigfoot's existence. The footage was taken in 1967. The clip is essentially a 1-minute video that shows a female Bigfoot walking down a path. Patty, that's how this Bigfoot was named, was walking somewhere and constantly looking around, worried that anyone would notice her. Proponents of theories about the existence of Bigfoot consider this video to be the best available and most irrefutable proof. However, there are a number of scientists who don't believe this video. According to them, creatures' gait is always affected by their overall weight and the degree of slouching, and this Bigfoot's gait is not what it should be. In addition, numerous studies of the remains of our ancestors said that such humanoids were very likely to walk only upright. Also, interestingly enough, the author of this scandalous video monetized his Bigfoot story even before its release, so it's likely that he simply gave this case special publicity for the sake of his own financial well-being. What do you think? Is there really no mysticism here? Or are those who think so just not ready to believe it yet? Write in the comments. Deloy's ape. That's the name of a primate species that, fortunately, is still not considered officially confirmed. Why fortunately? And what exactly are these primates? You're about to find it out. Deloy's ape is a hypothetical species of large South American primates, the existence of which was reported in Colombia in 1920 by the Swiss geologist François Deloys. He conducted research in South America. It's not difficult to guess that the primates were named after him, or rather, he himself named them so. After all, except for his own words in this promising photo, there's no other evidence of their existence. The scientist didn't say, as one, that the man was a liar and had not encountered anyone that day. On the contrary, they believed in his discovery. However, they did not believe the version that it was someone unique and mystical. According to them, most likely, Deloys encountered a representative of the spider monkeys family. And this is despite the fact that the individual described by the scientist had a height of about 5 feet, which would be abnormal. It also had no tail and behaved quite aggressively. You may ask, why didn't the scientists have proof? There's a clearly captured primate in the picture. François explained it to the public as follows. It wasn't the best weather that day. People were out of their minds because of this find. Frantic animal noises were heard from all directions, and everyone thought that they were about to be attacked by the congeners of this ape. The bad weather conditions, coupled with the panic, caused the researchers' boat to turn over, and the ape's body fell into the water. The ape was never found. Do mermaids exist? This question was asked by absolutely everyone immediately after the following video from Brazil hit the internet. In one of the main rivers of the country, they recorded a strange creature that had the tail of a mermaid. The monster was supposedly something mixed between a fish and a woman. Locals added fuel to the fire and said that they too had spotted this monster before, but thought they just saw things. According to them, the creature only appears when the moon appears in the sky. The mermaid performs a few tricks for people and disappears again until the next night. Even considering that these stories may be falsified, if I were the scientists, I'd still go there, set up some cameras, and wait for at least a week. If no one shows up, they won't really lose anything. And if they suddenly manage to film a mermaid, it'll be an incredible breakthrough in science. Pegasus. I think many of you have completely forgotten about this mysterious creature, but today is the time to pull out all the dusty memories and give them new colors. In the mythology of different cultures, Pegasus is a winged horse, symbolizing greatness and freedom. He appeared in Greek mythology and according to legend was born from the blood of Medusa after her head was cut off by the hero Perseus. It's very easy to distinguish him from a horse. Pegasus's feature is his beautiful wings, which allow him to fly. This creature inspires writers from all over the world so much that his images today can be found in almost every work about something mystical or mysterious. But I wouldn't trust such books. I prefer to believe my own eyes, and in this case, they don't lie to me. Some man from the United States posted a clip on the internet of him standing next to a real Pegasus and stroking him. I've reviewed this footage many times, as well as real experts on such recordings, and none of us found a single trace of editing. What does it mean? Is Pegasus real? But why did he appear in front of this man? Ogopogo. The Ogopogo is a legendary monster associated with the Okanagan Lake in the province of British Columbia in Canada. Although there are many stories and legends about it, the existence of the Ogopogo has not been proven. Even so, here are some interesting facts about it. The Ogopogo is described as a long, snake-like creature with a giraffe-like head and an elongated body. Many witnesses speak of it having a long neck, and others speak of several heads or ridges on its back, making it look like an elk or a lizard. There are numerous eyewitness accounts of the Ogopogo sightings. Some claim to have seen its head or one of its parts sticking out of the water, while others speak of a full body like the base of scuba gear. Here, by the way, is the most plausible version currently in existence. Not only did this couple encounter the Ogopogo, but they also filmed it. Do you think we can believe them? Local indigenous peoples such as the Salish people and the Okanagan people have their own legends about the creature living in Okanagan Lake. In their stories, the Ogopogo is considered a water spirit with special supernatural powers. These people do not doubt its existence for a moment. The hippogriff is a fantastic creature that combines the features of a griffin and a horse. It has the body, wings, and head of an eagle, as well as the front legs and torso of a horse. This creature is one of the most famous and recognizable in the world of folklore and mythology. The hippogriff has ancient origins and is mentioned in various mythologies of different cultures. Hippogriffs were originally described in ancient Greek myths, where they were depicted as creatures with eagle-like heads, snake-like tails, and leathery wings. They were renowned for their strength, speed, and unrivaled agility. Hippogriffs also found their place in English literature, particularly in J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series of books. In these novels, hippogriffs are portrayed as important characters with intelligence and the ability to interact with humans. There are also other legends and tales in which hippogriffs are revealed in different forms and aspects. They can be one of the varieties of Pegasus, tamed by wizards, or represent an independent species of creatures. In different cultures and regions, this mythological image has been adapted to their own special beliefs and traditions. Hippogriffs are widely perceived as symbols of strength, wisdom, and virtue. They combine the power of the eagle and the nobility of the horse, representing a harmonious combination of these qualities. Probably because of this, and also, of course, because of external similarities, the hippogriff is often compared to the shoebill. It's believed that if the mystical creatures are extinct, then shoebills are their descendants, which in the future will become like them. These very strange storks do resemble hippogriffs. They have the same powerful and long beak, as well as a fearless character. Gargoyle. If you think that the lack of video footage means that this creature is unreal, you are sorely mistaken. Many creatures have an impeccably developed sense of danger and the ability to disguise themselves. Thus, they're very difficult to spot, even with modern detection devices. For example, up until now, we thought gargoyles were unreal. Now, take a look at this video. What do you think now? According to locals, the petrified guardian disappeared from one of their cathedrals and was spotted in the sky afterward. It's believed that the gargoyle received an order from someone above and was forced to go on a mission. People searched for it for a long time but never found it. Then, one night, the petrified guardian returned to its place as if nothing had happened. If you remember the history, then everything was just like that. These creatures served as guards and were very disciplined. Once they'd completed their master's task, they would return to their place and turn back into stone. While a gargoyle is in this state, it doesn't need food or water. But if it comes to life, it'll feed on people, livestock, or wild animals. That's why many people didn't want such guards and consciously placed them in such a stone shell from which it was impossible to get out. And that's not all. Next, I'll show you mystical creatures that people didn't believe existed until they were caught on camera. The protagonist of the video was doing his favorite thing, diving in the area of Malta. Suddenly, under the water, he came across an unusually beautiful and at the same time mysterious creature. It was completely transparent and looked like a jellyfish, but it wasn't a jellyfish. But then what was it? What could this glass fish be? With these questions, the man went straight to the scientists who gave him the answers. The diver's eyes fell upon Thaliacea. These transparent guys are not only beautiful underwater inhabitants, but also, as it turned out, very useful. They have the ability to collect and tamp down carbon dioxide at the bottom of the ocean. Simply put, they clean up the environment at depth. Piglet squid. It sounds like some kind of alien or crossed creature ready to scare everyone around it. Nevertheless, in front of us is a pretty cute creature with beautiful eyes. And there, where its mouth is the so-called photophore, a special glow organ of sea creatures. In general, these creatures do not exceed 4 inches in length, live in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans at a depth of more than 325 feet, and lead an unhurried lifestyle. But there's something curious here too. This squid swims upside down. This tuft, which is near the head, is actually a tentacle. There may be something else wrong with it, but we don't know that yet. People haven't studied the piglet squid much, so no one can tell even about its diet in detail. It's a pity. I really wanted to get to know this cutie a little better. If a hybrid like the piglet squid is something cute and curious, then creatures like the spider moth, which the protagonist of the following video stumbled upon, are repulsive. At first glance, it may seem that we're facing a demonic creature with long legs, or yet unknown to mankind parasite that's absorbed the body of a moth. However, people have found an explanation even for this strange creature. In front of us is the tiger moth. These hairy legs, which cannot be overlooked, appear only during mating. Through them, the creature releases pheromones, and numerous hairs help to spread the scent around. There are many such butterflies in Australia. In my opinion, this is another reason not to go to the unique continent. Shoebill. The following creature may seem fictional at first glance, since something like this is usually found in cartoons or movies. Another version that may come to mind is that the creature has long been extinct. But neither the first nor the second version is true, because in front of us is the shoebill, a real rare bird with an unusual appearance. The bird belongs to the pelicaniforms and is very similar to a dinosaur. The first thing that catches your eye when you encounter it is a large, light yellow beak with a curved hook on the tip, which looks like a shoe, hence the name of the bird. As for the size of the bird, on average it's a little more than 3 feet tall, its wingspan's about 6.5 feet, and its weight does not exceed 15.5 pounds. The eyes of the shoebill are located not on both sides of the skull but in the front. Because of this, the bird has binocular vision. And another feature that's much more obvious is the beak. With it, the shoebill can easily hunt anyone it wants. Most often the prey is fish, but sometimes the shoebill can swallow a baby crocodile. In addition to hunting, these guys can use their beak for other purposes. For example, to scoop up water and cool their babies in the heat. And when adults sleep, they place the beak on their chest so that it doesn't outweigh the whole body. Axolotl. And this is a cute and cuddly inhabitant of bodies of water, looking more like a cartoon character than a serious and dangerous predator. In general, it is. The axolotl has one of the cutest little faces and a charming smile. And now you'll understand that it's a happy face for a reason. The axolotl can reproduce while remaining a baby, can also live longer than many pets, and if the creature accidentally loses a limb or a tail, it'll easily grow new ones. This cute creature is usually no more than 12 inches long, and its weight's about 10.5 ounces. With such insignificant size, the larva still somehow manages to live 10 to 15 years. And now I'm going to surprise you even more. Remember what I said about growing a lost tail and limbs? Well, if that's not enough for you, then the axolotl can grow even a new brain or spine. Our wonderful friend eats worms, snails, crustaceans, and amphibians. Speaking of food, scientists believe that the axolotl lives so long not because of its unique structure, but because of its extremely high voracity and cannibalism. If you wanted an unusual friend for yourself at home, I want to surprise you. This creature is possible to have at home, and if you do your best, you can even help it turn into a mole salamander. To do so, it's recommended to move it to a drier environment or lower the water level in the aquarium. Another way is to add the hormone thyroxine to the food. This process doesn't have to wait long, a couple of weeks is enough. Your friend will lose its gills as well as change its color and body shape. As you can see, sometimes people encounter really unusual creatures, in the existence of which it would be impossible to believe for an ignorant person. However, there are cases in the world that are much more mystical and mysterious, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk about now. Are dragons real? That's what I thought about the first time I saw the video. There's a whole crowd of people who don't understand whether it's a dream or a reality. Did they really find the skeleton of a dragon, or was someone playing a joke on them? Moving forward a little, I should say that with 100% probability, no one has ever figured out if it was a trick of nature or a prank. In any case, the story's frightening and thought-provoking. The fact is that scientists took the skeleton to themselves and were shocked to learn that it wasn't artificial. That is, we're faced with a real creature that actually once existed. What if it's the remains of one of the last dragons to hide from humans? Maybe they still exist. Share your thoughts about this find in the comments. Dwarves are small creatures from Western European and, above all, Germanic Scandinavian folklore, as well as frequent characters of fairy tales and legends. According to legend, these guys live underground, wear beards, and are famous for their wealth and skill. In the following video, however, some dwarf apparently decided to get out to finish important business. A backyard camera captured an incomprehensible creature that looked very much like a dwarf. It had a white cap, the creature was constantly looking around and acting strangely. Although there were people in the street at that moment, no one heard any suspicious sounds or noticed the dwarf. Maybe we're faced with a well-edited fake, or perhaps we're faced with a case of an encounter with a real dwarf. Everyone's heard of dinosaurs. We all know that they lived on Earth and that they were big and dangerous. And if you'd really like to encounter them in real life, here's a little glimmer of hope for you. Not long ago, these remains were found in India. They're an incomprehensible creature that looks a lot like a dinosaur. What's more, the lizard still had flesh on its bones, which means it didn't die that long ago. Judging by the outline, the creature was a theropod, a clade of dinosaurs which includes Tyrannosaurus and the Velociraptor. The presence of flesh on the bones has scientists stumped. They're sort of ready to declare that this is a dinosaur skeleton, but you know what that would mean. What's more, the skeleton was found somewhere in the depths of the local Underground Railroad. Personally, after this discovery, I would have thoroughly searched the entire subway. You never know who else can be found there. A shark with a human face. This was a catch of a local fisherman in Indonesia. The 48-year-old man caught it near Rot Nadal Regency. At first, he caught a normal adult shark in the net, and when the fisherman cut open its belly, he found 3 pups inside. 2 looked like their mother, but the third one suddenly had a human face with big eyes and mouth. The man decided to keep the baby shark and brought it home, where all the neighbors immediately rushed to look at the rara avis. Even though he was offered a lot of money for such a find, the fisherman refused. He's convinced that the fish will bring him luck, so it's worth keeping as a keepsake. What would you do in his place? Would you sell the shark or keep it too? And in general, write whether you believe in such a find. And now I'm going to talk about a creature completely unknown to science. It was filmed absolutely by accident by passerby who noticed something incomprehensible in the distance. The operator zoomed in and saw the chupacabra, a creature that, according to legends, hunts animals, kills them, and sucks their blood. There's no evidence of this creature, only rumors and comments of people saying they've seen it. But the most frightening thing here is that this creature completely fits the description from legends and fairy tales. The same hunched silhouette, the same unsteady movement, and clumsy goings-on concentrated in a woolly shell. maybe the chupacabra's real after all. That's all, guys. Which creature surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.